Smack.
Well, that's the mission examination has concluded with a large shift in opinion. The eyes, 2. The nose, 4. So the nose have it. Not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury.
Good.
The trial will continue.
Hooray!
Objection!
Shut up!
You know what? Hey, do you know how? Hey, I finally took a sip. What the fuck?
Don't smash it. No!
This is what this tastes
Oh, no!
He's just starting to be like, as long as I've raised an objection.
Honestly, he probably built quite the tolerance, so...
I mean, not really. He hasn't drinking a single cup until now.
Well, yeah, like, it's his thing.
It's discretion, disgust. Faithful good discretion.
Look, Florian Zeeks?
It seems almost beside my other remark.
Oh, what do you mean?
I love you. I recently acquired this year's intelligence by describing him as insightful.
Oh, I guess I swayed his opinion too.
Yeah, we have just swings them falling for a chip trick before I miss it into 10.
Honk honk. Eh? Whatever do you mean?
Objection.
Yeah. I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth.
It's an approximation of truth. Indeed, Stowage number 5 is undoubtedly repairing the road as it claims. I believe you say it's a good 2 yards of the pavement which you excavated, sir.
That's right. Took me the whole day and they paid me a measly tuppence for it.
Now, my little Nipponese friend, tell me,
How much are 2 yards?
do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents?
Not really. Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue now. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Wow. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all.
In other words, a distance rarely vaulted by anyone of my... Wait,
Have you seen the guy? Have you seen the guy?
Over everything, holding 3 books.
Excuse me. Moderate vigor. Have you seen the guy?
The guy is being poisoned by...
Excuse me. But have you seen the guy?
We do not agree, my stalwart friend. I'm sorry, this one
Yeah, me?
makes me talk about real
Well, I can't say you're wrong, no. What?
And they have the chance to erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the side of their wards.
I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. No coaches would have had hope of passing anyway, and we just turn any gentlefolk back when they come. Kids just jump right over us all the time.
The accused is no gentleman as far as I can see. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in these meanderings around town.
Honestly, he probably wouldn't. He wouldn't have even noticed. He'd just fall in. Ah! Is that true? Is it?
This is monotone. Hear ye, hear ye. The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene.
Wait. Tell me the titles of the books, please.
Yeah, there can be no doubt that on his way... They also said that she also bought books. There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodges, Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road.
Ugh.
Actually, considering how he doesn't care about Nipponese, he would call Mr. Natsume instead of Natsume.
That's Ume? Yeah.
That's Ume.
Crushed in a single sentence.
And, oh man. You're grown, man. You can talk.
You can talk.
Oh,
Who?
you can talk.
Yeah.
Just to finally hear him.
Oh, you can talk.
Say that out. You said that around 5 o'clock on the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious-looking Nipponese behind you at the time? Oh, Can't say as I remember.
You don't remember?
He bashed his noggin.
Yeah.
How about a wager, my little friend? You say it was this old man that they accused of. But I will lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it.
1,000 what? Well, we'll see, I guess.
Order! Order! Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself. My lord, if you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination?
Because the rules say he can't talk during it.
I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for yourself how the opinion of the jury is so rarely swayed.
That's why we should get rid of it. Don't you think?
But my hospitality has its limits, and they have been reached, I feel.
Off! Yes! Strip for me!
My eyes! So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. It would be funny if, like, he cuts to the old man and the cape is on top of it.
What are you talking about?
My lord, the prosecution requests permission to call his next witness to the stand.
Oh, is this gonna be Roly now? Roly beat?
Roger. Bailiff, bring forth the witness.
Witnesses. It's next witnesses? Mr. Naruto, do you not remember? I've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Or is it gonna be Popeye and Prince Charming?
Popeye and Farquaad.
Farquaad, yeah. Yes, I remember one of them being a Scotland Yard policeman. No less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. Alright. No matter who Van Zeeks brings to the stand as his witness, and no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. And I'll keep believing to the very end. Until the battle is over.
Until I die.
Determination!
Wait,
who's the woman? Oh, that's the policeman?
Witness, please state your names and occupations for the court. Oh?
Why is he chewing on the...
Wait. Hold on. Okay, I'm back.
Mr. Sandman. Man me a sand.
Man me a sand. It's Linguini.
It does look like Linguini a little bit, yeah. Do you have a rat on that helmet, perchance? Oh my god. I love that dynamic already.
Constable Roly B. Wait, what voice should I give him? That is an interesting voice. They have the same scarves. Are they like a thing?
I mean, they might be either together or like siblings.
What voice do I give him?
I mean, he got the sa. Nothing to report on the street, sa.
Constable Roly B, sir. Nothing to report on the streets, sir.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. He seems to be a little bit simple-minded, I guess. Okay, yeah.
Mrs. B.
Mrs. Beat. Okay. And I'm Mrs. Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife.
His outfit even has different buttons.
True, true. That's so cute, actually. I love. I'm gonna. She probably patched up his helmet too.
I'll just try to give him a sleepy voice.
Yeah, it's like sleepy and sort of cute, I guess. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. Hong Kong. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. Was he conscious when he married you? No, it was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired.
Highly surprising. Whilst being a honorable occupation, patrolling the beats, the most demanding work in the world.
Oh, is that where his name comes from? Oh, really? I'm sure I've had that before, actually.
Indeed. Apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, you know?
Yeah.
We patrol multi houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check the meters are reading too. True. And they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights.
There are a number of items on the list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet. I'd have collapsed long ago.
But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat.
Yeah.
For the London Bobby, he's a man of honor.
So you're flattering him, but he's not hearing any of it? And a man of slumber.
On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Brian Road in the opposite direction. And the witnesses the incident has occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Mrs. B?
That's right, sir. Isn't it, Roly? Oh.
Also alright, sir. Nothing to avoid in the streets, sir.
What a great witness he's gonna be.
Very good. Is it?
Yeah, is it?
I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You'll tell the court exactly what you saw on the afternoon of the incident. Yes, sir.
Okay. Alright, witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. It was our wedding anniversary and Roly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other scattered something before running off.
Wait, the other scattered?
We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. It was definitely the Japanese man in the dock. Roly and I both saw him as clear as day. I want to hear from him, actually, please. Can we do that?
Well, this is extremely compelling testimony, I must say.
Really? Oh dear, this policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Nutsman at the scene. Yeah, where were they, though? Can you show me on the map? Did you see them in the fog? If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed.
Is death? No. No?
No, yeah, definitely.
In fact, because that alternative was never viable in the first place.
Huh.
What an unfortunate chancing. And on your wedding anniversary, too.
Oh, I know. But I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed.
Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be of minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon.
What do you mean by that?
My little friend. For some reason, I completely blocked it. It was me. It's just like, huh.
Huh.
My little friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene.
Did they, though?
They are testifying under oath that he was without doubt the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, alas. So I appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure.
Honestly, I'd be happy if he appreciated gravity and just, like, healed over to sleep a little bit. Because I doubt that he saw anything if he's sleepy like that. Except that the man so tired his wife has to do all the talking. So I was actually right about...
As well.
I love how I was actually right about, like, a husband and wife being like one witness, essentially. Just, I got the wrong pair. I got the wrong couple.
Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense, commence the cross-examination, please.
What about an insemination here? Yes, my lord.
Summation insemination.
All right. Let's do some examination here. Wedding anniversary, and Roly was... Honestly, I doubt that he was taking you. Did you take him, maybe?
Hold it!
Hold it. No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Mrs. P? Oh, no, certainly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. Is he gonna wake up at some point? Okay. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can't you? I think Roly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down to the ground, doesn't it, darling? Doesn't it, darling?
What? I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there.
Is he talking in his sleep? This is creepy. Oh no, Roly, I much prefer you in your uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Oh, he's probably gonna have to wear it in bed too, huh? Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy.
Finally adhere to the point. You were going for a meal after you finished your beat for the day, correct?
That's right, sir. Yes. I was always changed the job, to be honest. After spending the whole day on my feet. The police is my life, sir. As long as I'm developing as this, so sir, Mercedes, I'm agreeing to the end.
Metropolitan Police warrant card. Interesting. What's that now?
My wife, sir. Good, I love the copper.
Now I'm starting to yawn.
It's a lot of fun. Festivals are forced. Written on the behind as well as policemen of a song.
Oh, it's your codex.
To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common. Sir, and for such an honor goes and covered 20 miles every single day without fail and without a grumble. Because I know that the point of the boots is all honestly to hear and feel safe and secure.
So, fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then.
But sure, just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Mrs. Beach was up with a lot being my all. It's bad to a boy like me. I just wanted to show my dear wife how much I care.
That's actually pretty cute.
That is cute.
Oh, Pat.
Oh, Roly.
That's Roly.
Yeah, that's Roly, yeah. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold.
Until we start questioning.
If a little over the top, perhaps.
No, fuck it. That made me happy.
It's fine.
And then, kindly describe what happened next.
Two silhouettes peered out of the fog and pavement in front of us.
Hold it!
Scary. Two silhouettes. That's right. They were coming towards us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. Oh, Lord. That was a rather plump figure followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. It does sound exactly like the victim is pictured in his print. I like Mr.
Sebastian,
Nathan.
can you put the Jojo go 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 go
On the picture, yeah. I'll do that, yeah. Yes, unfortunately it does.
And you're certain that at the time there was nobody else nearby?
Oh, yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights on Briar Road, you see? There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? Isn't that right, my darling?
Hmm? What? Ah, yes, that's right. Of course, there was a light float on the ground. The road is that straight and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any,
You were just in.
Wish no sleep tickets up for all of your answer, please. Mr. Beat, are you quite sure of what you just said?
Yes, there's a couple of expenses every day going watching the streets, I swear to you, sir.
Oh, Roly, my hero.
I'm sure, as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, God.
Oh, Roly. They're still maintaining there was no one else around the victim, other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's no way to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Nutsman, did it? He fled the scene all too convincingly.
Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now.
Right.
What happened in the crucial moments that follow?
Oh, one of them just collapsed. Oh!
Hold it!
Alright, tell me. Scattered something. What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time. But when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? Didn't we, darling?
Yes, what? What? Ah, yes, that's right. There's some old books.
I see. Old books.
Old books.
The books that are old. Ah, yes, the old books. The books that are
Yes, sir. They call me the doctor number than all around the victim laying the pavement.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. Spirit depiction is photographic print.
Yeah, but what are the titles of the books? Maybe she dropped them. That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed.
Hold it!
So he threw them? Like, deliberately?
That sounds like it, right? Probably just like threw him in the air or something, I mean. Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker.
Oh, we saw him. It was the man to talk without questioning, sir. Oh, sir. The most just the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, top mouth, nose. What that thing?
Any more insults you want to throw in?
Talk fast.
That's right. He looked down that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying intense eyes. And then suddenly threw his books into the pavement and ran away.
Suddenly threw, so...
I see. This is tough. They seem as though they're telling the truth here.
May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Now please, continue.
Say yes.
And back to sleep he goes. Alright. Show me. Show me. She probably drags him like everywhere.
Hold it!
Show me on the map where the police box is. Oh yeah. Was it your husband who went to fetch help? No, I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I'm the proud wife of one after all. Isn't that right, my darling? Isn't that right, my darling?
What? Ah, yes, that's right. I asked Miss Beats ago. I was off duty by that point. But a bombing is naturally a success of fellow brides to stand guard the scene.
Very laudable, Mrs. B. Observing the scene of a crime is a task of considerable importance.
That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told them where to find the right police spot.
Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box?
Depends on the crime's location, you see. Actually, who deals with it? The one who was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. Special citation on the way to release box for the beat to the incident fell so when reported.
I ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know?
And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved thanks to the actions of 2 model citizens.
Like he's training himself.
Yeah, 2 model citizens. Oh, please, you're making us blush. Isn't he, darling? Isn't he, darling?
That's whatever. Just said.
Let's move on, shall we? Oh, it was definitely the Japanese man in the dock.
Hold it!
Okay. But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? Oh, she met. Ooh, we absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight, I'll have you know. Right. The light from the street lamps was more than enough. My husband already told you the fog was only light, didn't he? Yes, and what of the fog?
We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course.
Oh, it is. When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm. Yes, alright, I take your point. Now could you stop shaking your husband about?
I whip my husband back and forth. So
the constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was that little Japanese man we saw. Can't we, darling? I said, can't we, darling?
And what? Yes. It was the accused, then no mistake. The mustache, back to that. That is again the same. The snubsnots. Unmistakable, sir. The snozzberries taste like snozzberries.
As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question. It was Soseki sound that they saw running away from the scene of the crime. So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruto? Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Mrs. Speed saw what they saw, or saw what they say they saw. Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? Well, if we assume that he didn't do it, the knife must have come from somewhere. Members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh no, then what do we do? Ugh. Cosmo's somewhere here. What are you trying to say? Am I not good enough? Am I not good enough? I think we tried to find a contradiction somewhere else. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do you mean somewhere else? Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. But if you could identify some other part of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts.
The throwing of the books?
The books? Yeah, probably. You might be able to discredit them to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate. Alright. Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion. Ugh. But I always seem to have... But why do I always seem to be so up against it? It's just how the game works. Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Yes, of course. Well, what is it? Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so... It seems like you don't believe our testimony.
Oh.
Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it.
They're so cute. They're my favorite so far.
No, it's really not that at all. It's just what I have to do. My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail, everything. Like... Oh, I know. What What about the books the man dropped? Yeah, tell me, what are the titles of the books? You want to tell me the titles of the books? Please, that would help me really much right now.
Right.
Yeah? Yes, thank you! Thank you, Patricia. Oh, I love you. Yes, I could tell you the names every single one. I could, every single one. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is?
Well, she just gave you another window of opportunity.
No, it won't do at all! That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Roly will. I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fists down.
Please put down your husband's.
Please put down your husband.
Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Mrs. B.
Oh, yes, please do.
Might that please you? She just eats.
Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. Wouldn't it, darling? Yeah, sure. I could even tell you the names of the 4 books he dropped at the scene.
4 books.
4? Huh.
Okay, let's present the...
No. I want to hear what she says. I want to hear what she says. Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say.
This was possessed by the accused at the nearby second-hand bookshop, not the question.
After I'd been to the police box for help, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I'm a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Roly. And what was your husband doing at the time? I want to know the titles! Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved rest. He works ever so hard, you know, ever so hard. Don't you, my darling?
So there were 2 bodies in the snow at the time.
Interesting way of cutting the scene of the crime.
Well, Mrs. B, seeing as you
regaled. Yeah, regaled. Yeah.
Regaled.
Seeing as you have
regaled
the court with details of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene?
Oh, yes, please. Do tell. I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening, boys and girls? There was the picture of Monsieur Somebody or other, and what's it, Yearnings? Okay, yeah, Lecoq, the Canterbury Yearnings.
In the cock.
Yeah.
Picture of a cock.
There was a meal for someone, and the last one was definitely the Thingummy something.
Thingummy something.
Thingummy something. Interesting. You see? Yeah, I'm very impressed. Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory. Oh well, they were all along those lines. I'm quite sure.
Oh yeah, it's the Thingummy something. Those indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it.
Well, what did I tell you? So I think it's very mean that you're the way that you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling? I said, don't you agree? Oh, whoa!
Trigger discipline.
Everyone obsessed.
Christ, who do you think you are?
Put
Annie
your
Oakley?
revolver down. Jeez.
Jesus Christ. You should be fired for such poor trigger discipline.
Honestly. Terrifying.
I was on your side until I saw the trigger finger.
Yes, she really is. So that's it, is it? La.
The 4 books. I think you show the picture instead of the list of books.
Probably both work, right?
Maybe the picture book first because it shows the 3 books.
Yeah, I mean the receipt also. They could say, oh, there's a book like behind her. I'm gonna do the receipt, and if the receipt doesn't work, I'll do the picture.
Objection!
Yeah, I think we got it. So you're saying that there were 4 books? That's right. I remember all of them. The picture of Mr. Somebody, what's in earnings, a meal for someone, and the Thingummy something. No. I'm sorry, Mrs. Beat. But there's a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours. Oh no, what flaw? Smack. Simply that, at the scene of the crime,
Yeah.
there were only 3 books, not 4. What? This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books. Your books? Yes, and it details Mr. Notsuma's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed. Only 3? But no, that can't be. I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you. 4 dirty old books. Oh, really? Have a good look at this. Look at this graph. Look at this photograph of the scene of the crime. As you can clearly see from this evidence as well, there are only 3 books. Count them. 1, 2, 3. But I just don't believe it. I saw them there. I swear, I saw them.
Do you think that she pretended to be stabbed to steal the thingami something?
Oh my god, what? That'd be hilarious if there was like some sort of like very valuable book. Huh.
It is a second-hand book as well, and we have seen that some of them have like letters.
Oh,
like
was
love letters? If we remember the Mr. Garadad's affair.
that'd be funny if there was like a valuable or something hidden inside the book, like maybe a jewel or something, right?
And maybe they were trying to go after them, but then Mr. What's-His-Face bought them first. Like Tintin style, the movie.
Yeah.
Where he bought
Yeah, something like that, right?
shit first.
That would be interesting motive, wouldn't it? Huh.
Alright, let's see where this goes.
Okay, that's a good theory. It's a good theory. Okay. No, madam. I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied upon. Ah. So it cannot be denied. That though you say was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh no!
Yes,
Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
Oh, I'm back again.
Oh, well, okay. What? The flip do you want?
You don't have the thingami something. Explain the evidence. That is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied upon by learned Nipponese friend.
What?
What cannot be denied is that the 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene. Say goodbye to this last. A fact that you know very well and have no hope of disproving.
Huh.
So you're striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies. Would that be fair?
Yeah, he's right through me.
But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you.
What are you talking about?
It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast.
Oh, sure.
Oh no, Mr. Glassy. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every aspect. In every respect.
Oh! What?
Punch. You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene on Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Yeah, but when?
So do you have the thingami something on you?
But what about the photographic print? It only shows 3 books.
Right. Only 3 can be seen in that print.
That print? You mean to say... God damn it!
Glassy, no!
Oh no, I told you. I told you. I told you exactly what I said.
One that shows the victim's hand.
It's the thingami something.
So that
It's not the thingami something, it's the line spread. Wait, that's Garadeb's book!
that is Garadeb's book.
Huh. Well, I know where that came from.
Well, Mrs. May, do you want to tell something?
Ah.
As you will observe, The fourth book was hidden from the view in the original print by the victim's torso.
No. No, don't you worry. I got this. I got this.
But that book doesn't sound like Thingummy. Oda. That is the objection.
There, you see. Look at that. Look. Yes. I'm looking. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling?
This is right, sir.
Let us see the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question.
Right.
Mrs. B, the titles once again, if you please.
Are they going to say he stole the fourth book now? Oh, yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other.
The picture of Monsieur Lecoq.
What's it, yearnings?
Canterbury Younglings.
A meal for someone.
A movable row, in fact. As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book titles flawlessly, save for a few minor details. Mrs. B's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional.
Did you hear that, Roly? The gentleman paid me a compliment.
Yes, flawless, Patricia, it's flawless.
But there are only 3 books on the receipt. And Mrs. Beat mentioned 4.
There's nothing surprising about that.
You just stole it.
Clearly, the fourth book is that which you saw in this photographic print.
I'm gonna press X it out. I'm gonna press X it out.
But that does not seem odd. Why should the fourth book be omitted from the receipt?
Because he stole it.
It is not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the fourth book was found in the victim's clutches.
Oh, okay.
In other words, it belongs to the victim.
It doesn't
That
actually.
mark is not the victim's.
It doesn't actually, no. The victim was holding her own book? No, she wasn't. Don't worry. No. I wonder, what became of that fourth book? Do you have it?
Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard.
Nice.
I have it here as evidence.
Thank you. I know who that
Oh,
belongs.
there goes my
Yeah.
proposal. You submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, counsel.
Yes, thank you.
A pleasure, my lord.
Second crime photograph. Okay, second photograph of the scene
Second
taken
crime
before
photograph.
specifically shows the victim's hand. And the fourth book. A book entitled The Lion's Pride, discovered in the victim's hand at the scene.
Let's go check the book. The prosecution rests.
Okay. Clearly burned. Oh, look at this. The book's been badly burned. You're right, you'd never be able to read it in this state. Especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book. Recently damaged by fire. Why does it seem to raise a red flag with me? Huh.
Can you tell, boys and girls? ¿Dónde está la bandera roja?
Is that anything? Lion's Pride? Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride.
It's pronounced the Leon's Pride.
Le Lion's Pride. It's French, actually. I'm afraid I don't know any English literature at all. So it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute.
Wait
Lion's
a
Pride?
gosh darn second.
That's strange. I think I've heard of a book by that name before. And very recently, too. It's a title I recognize too, Mr. Naruto. Does it say property of John Gary Deb somewhere on that book? Can I throw that at the at the maid?
At the maid. And the wife.
Nspr. Helio.
Helio. Helio.
Helium? No.
Helio.
Spree. Oh, wait. Ride.
Right, me.
All right.
Rest. I have nothing further to add.
Oh, I do though. I do.
Nothing at all.
I have something to add.
Talk anymore.
I want to add.
Now.
I want to add.
Complete silence.
No. I want to
on my
add.
part.
No, shut up. I want to add.
You surprised my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile.
Pah.
The spurious longer route to the accused lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination, and the attempted discrepancy of the witness powers of recollection in your cross-examination.
Futile. I walked right into this, didn't I? Again. You see, everything we've said is true. Isn't that right, my darling?
That's bad. Am I made that?
Congratulations. So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty?
Can juror number 4, was it? Please take a look at the fourth book, please.
Have to make all too apparent now. You have heard all of the witnesses and seen all of the evidence.
That was all of the evidence, really?
Okay, so now we have all of the evidence.
Okay.
This trial has ground its course.
No, it hasn't. Shut up. Mr. Narod, I'm afraid we're in a terrible, precarious position. I know. But if I fight back in the wrong way now, it could very well just make matters worse. Don't worry, we got this. Think, Inosuke, think. What do you know? I know something! The fourth book is not hers! I'm not done yet.
What the fuck? No, my little friend. It's over.
Oh, have you finished already? I'm sorry.
The last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense. And you failed. The die has been cast. There's no more room for debate. Natural 20.
Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but I can't think of what to say.
How do you want to do this?
If I may, Lord Van Zeeks, it seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point. Oh?
Your insignificant little eastern island must be a lawless hole indeed. For someone who likes so much talk about holes, you're sure talking a lot of shit. For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this.
Let the woman speak! Oh. No, let the woman speak.
Fuck you!
I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinions invaluable. Yes! Yes, you tell him. Mr. Naruto.
Stand up for the lady carrying you on her shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. Her and her book.
One of this land's great principles is tolerance. So, the court will hear you, ma'am.
We have a queen, after all. Go ahead, Mr. Sato. Please.
Very well. Pray, what insight can you give us? What have you all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further?
Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished.
I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you?
Oh, yes. It does. Very much. Mr. Naruto, what do you think?
No, I think I'd like to lose
It's
now.
just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. Yes, it is! The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. Right. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence. I did that. Yes, I understand, and thank you, Mr. Sato.
Remember
This is it.
to examine the book and then present the book, not to present the book.
Yeah. This is it. Mr. Sato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. Alright. I can't let it go to waste. The defendants wishes to present evidence, my lord. I love that face. Love that face. Wait. There we go.
Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offer a profound insight into this case and has hitherto been overlooked. The burnt of the book.
Oh, I can present that. I
And
probably...
now we talk about it. I think we need to talk about it.
Do we? I keep looking at this book, and every time... I can't believe how badly burned it is. I can't believe what terrible waste it is. The more I look at the damage, the more I'm sure it must have happened very recently, too. A book damaged by fire very recently. Why does that seem significant somehow? Yeah, it's already been updated, so...
Oh, the back cover is bad. Okay, sure.
Yeah. The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book, found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
No! No!
We have already discussed the fourth book at length.
No, we haven't!
Other than being the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance has been attached to it.
Oh, I'll attach some significance right now if you want to.
Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know.
Ah! No. Don't let him scare you. You do your thing.
It seems like you're being baited into the corner. Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this matter.
No. You let the man speak.
When I afforded you this opportunity, you led the court to believe that the evidence in question contained a hitherto undisclosed clue.
Yes, it does. Can you turn the book around, please? Just turn it round.
So I must insist that you elaborate, counsel. You will identify this clue at once.
The coin is under the stake.
Do I make myself clear?
Crystal. Yes, my lord. It's, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence. Yes! Which means you may very well be on the right track.
I wonder why.
Yes, I think you might be right.
So, counsel, for the 50th time, do you want to talk about this book? Where is the vital clue to this case? The name. Okay.
Got it!
Present.
Got it!
Got it. Go team.
I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question.
The back of the receipt. the back. What are you? Good gracious. It's being burnt to a crisp.
So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
No.
They are sharing. I just noticed that they are sharing the scarf. I thought it was two
Yeah.
different scarves.
Yeah.
I didn't see the first time. The natural is safe. And what of him, my Nipponese friend? Right to concede the point, it bears no relation to the case. There is nothing to discuss. So, should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that
Yes,
day?
there was a fire going on in the house on Briar Road.
The same house where I... Victim, lit, pray, to enlighten us all. What truth does this chart book hide?
Ask juror number 4. A chart book. There's just one possibility here, which I can't bring myself to rule out.
The honor.
It's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. Alright. I'll explain my theory.
Don't keep us waiting any longer then, Council. Explain this theory of yours. A whole universe has been a happenstance. Or are you suggesting that you can insect him from the fire dimension to sort on and stuff? Its owner.
Yeah, its owner, definitely.
Is Mr. Moonface.
My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner.
I beg your pardon?
But we already know who the book belongs to.
Yes, we do.
The victim was gripping it in her hand as she fell through the floor after all. It's obviously hers. Nuh-uh. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has to be answered. However, as to the questions of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers.
Good gracious. How can you possibly... Very well. I play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial.
Okay.
So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burned book?
That guy.
Mr. Moonface.
The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. You mean the man and his maid, right? A certain Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb.
The Lennovoice?
Oh, is that news to you?
Is it the first time that we've seen it mistaken a
I think so. Yeah,
in the first stage.
I think so, yeah. And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but... Of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Mrs. Garrideb, the maid of Mr. Garrideb herself. Oh my goodness, me? I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garrideb's wife. I'm his maid. Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. All right, then. How about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garrideb's house? I would never presume to know all the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
It's his favorite. You should know.
This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused landlady, you say. You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions have consequences are unforgivable.
Objection!
No, you wait. You just wait.
No, you.
This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question, at almost exactly the same time the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Mrs. Garrideb's house.
Good lord. What sort of incident, Counsel?
A fire, my lord.
Oh, that old thing.
Oh, that old thing. Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bloody thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bloody furniture started going up as well. Worst of it is I lost my favorite. A book called The Lion's Pride. Right. Ooh, that's new.
Ooh. Nice JoJo pose.
Yeah.
The Lion's Pride. By Jove, the very same title that is the subject of this debate.
Oh, dear me.
Objection!
No.
Objection. Wait, no. I need to make sure that I'm right always. This is raisable.
Raisable?
To Google.
I love learning new words.
Told this court that his book by the same name was involved in a fire. In which case, it would be reasonable to assume that it was burned to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime.
Maybe she flung the book at him.
Yeah, she was throwing a tantrum.
Yeah. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was, marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Mrs. Gerda was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Gerda even amid the flames.
By throwing shit at him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how awful. I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love.
Does that mean that she hit the lady in the head with the book? And
Oh my god, is that why she passed out?
Oh,
that'd be hilarious.
Maybe she hit the old man in the head.
That'd be a far throw though. He was on Calabash Road, right?
No, fair enough.
I don't think she threw that over a whole block of houses.
Fair enough.
Absolutely not, sir. What did you never raise a finger against me, sir?
Sure.
Way too light.
Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Push. Up in smoke. And the wife started hurling things at me. There was I, backed up against the window under heavy enemy fire.
The window.
Incendiary books becoming 10 to the dozen. Or incoming 10 to the dozen.
The man had his back up against the window, and he had burning books thrown at him? The fuck is wrong with them? Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
It looks that way. No.
Apparently it was the first thing that happened because she had to at least bend down to pick it up.
Uh-huh.
No. A thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident. And there is no report of the garret depth's window pane being broken.
And that's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garrett household. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time and...
Not even wrong. Let's not forget the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter.
Ah!
Was the defense postulate the scenario in all seriousness, counsel?
I mean, if the gas in that house is not working properly, they would need to ventilate every once in a while.
Do you honestly claim that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mrs. Gerda's wife?
Yes. Yes, I stand by that. I believe it's a possibility, my lord.
Probably the maid?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well, I hope that everyone can see can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Really? Claiming that a little tiff set the whole neighborhood alight, honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully your family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears. That's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. I love how the guy to her left just had to dodge that.
Two, right.
Here we go. Here we go.
How long have we sat here now, listening to this nickname spouting nonsense, fancy foreign theories? But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with a mustache, says the guy with the mustache, and he ran away from the scene too.
I do declare you're right.
It's you.
Yes, what did I tell you? Makes sense to me.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry? What's that?
Well,
That was nothing.
well, It would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement.
Shrug emoji.
I mean, if there is a fire, there's probably smoke, so that's why you open a window.
Mm-hmm.
What is your position, Lord Francis? Well, this is what, glass number 7? In truth, my lord, I feel we have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. I like to think that he has like a whole bar beneath his podium. But then one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage.
Well... No, wait! The mystery of the 4th book still hasn't been...
If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them in your own time. Go touch your some grass.
What? No forgive the discourtesy this time?
In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty.
Oh, wait.
Guilty.
Shh, it's voiced.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
I'm guilty.
Impersonation examination.
Wee.
Second one. Huzzah! Thank you for that unambiguous response.
That's twice now. It's over. Is there no order? Don't give up. Huh? Mr. Sato? Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're not suggesting... Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination at this point. You can still convince the jurors to change their minds.
We lose.
You have one more chance. Ha, my lord. The defense asks to exercise its right to a summation examination.
Fucking hell. We believe you still have tricks up your sleeve.
I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. There's no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Determined.
Should we continue?
Determination.
Should we? Yay! Actual to be continued.
Nice. Hey, that's a weird place.
That means that we still have a long way to go. On
Yeah,
this
probably.
trial.
I mean, if we do like 2 summation examinations this time, oh boy, that's gonna be one hell of a trial, won't it?
Ooh, 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 ooh.